Well, my name is Artemy, and I will be speaking about the problem that maybe you already see with chatbots. How many of you tried chatbots already? Okay. Are you happy with the experience? What do you think? Yeah, but chatbots was a really hot topic last year, and these are titles at TechCrunch. What people are expecting from chatbots. They want chatbots to be your friends, your poses, your replace humans. But in fact, what's that? In fact, last year there were some signals that chatbots are not performing as expected. And so our current discussion and our panel would be trying to solve this problem and to see how AI and current technologies could help you with conversational experiences. And the problem with chatbots may seem small, but in depth there are fundamental problems. And the first problem is natural language. Natural language is very multidimensional. For example, if we take this small message and we try to calculate how many combinations of letters could be there and try to understand how many rules, how many code should we implement to process this message. The size of this message is 1 inch, and these are sizes of the Bay Area, Sun, galaxy, universe, and guess how many possible combinations of these 59 letters are? So this is the answer. This is the size, this is the statistical dimension of this problem. Yeah, every sentence, every human sentence could be one of these possible answers. Of course, some words are more frequent than others, and there's a law that, for example, these 10 words are combining, are representing 25% of English language. And the law is called Zipf's law, which represents the distribution of phrases, words, and letters and concepts in our language. And it's applicable to not only for words, but also for phrases and concepts and ideas. So expectation is that when you build a chatbot, you start with a simple rule, if then. If, for example, you have a coffee shop chatbot, you would ask, would you like coffee or tea? And you expect that answers would be coffee or tea. But in reality, humans are speaking differently. They may ask, I want both, I want water, and give any other answers to your question. And distribution is as follows. You have very frequent requests and frequent answers, and you have less frequent but still frequent answers. And you need to somehow to be able to act on this distribution. You should not only presuppose that answers would be coffee or tea. You should be able to work with the whole set of possible answers. And if your confusion rate is like 30%, it's not good for any chatbot, for any customer service. You'd like to have 95% of comprehension rate, especially for long dialogues. And of course, there are technologies to solve this problem, and they are applied, and we had presentations on that today, how to reduce the dimensionality and how to make it like less multidimensional and narrow down to smaller number of topics, conversations, phrases, and so on. But this is not the only problem. The second problem is dimensionality of intents. And for example, this is a distribution of intents and problems that people have when calling to a bank and customer service. Again, you have frequent requests like payment orders or technical problems or change in service plans, but there is a long tail of mid-frequent requests, and there could be hundreds of requests like that. And before building a chatbot or trying to build a system, AI system that will work with this dimensionality, you should try to analyze, statistically analyze the dimensionality of your problem and your business. And here you can see different businesses, and they may have short tail or long tail. And long tail is something then that has many thousands of mid-frequent requests. And it also can be understood as the problem of fragmentation. You have clusters, and some distributions have small number of big clusters, and they can be easily analyzed, can be easily modeled and represented with a system. You just create a rule for every big cluster. But other distributions, like that distribution on the left, on the right, is fragmented, and this is a so-called long-tail distribution, where you have so many clusters that you cannot manually create rules. And many chatbot frameworks and constructors that are in the market now, they expect that you can easily create 10 to 20 to 50 rules. And they have great UI. You can create boxes and connect them. And you can easily create a chatbot within minutes or within like 2 hours. But real businesses and enterprises, they are not okay with 50% comprehension rate. They want 95% comprehension rate. So we did a calculation how many intents, how many rules you should write before you achieve that 95% accuracy and comprehension rate at the bank, for example. And this is the answer. So you need to create more than 7,000 rules and 7,000 boxes, 7,000 intents. And that will take not just 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It will take 3 years to build them. And the problem is that your rules and your experiences and products that you sell will be also challenging. So you need to update them, and you need to, the whole team of trainers who train your chatbots, who are writing scripts, who are kind of working with this amount of knowledge. And this is a real problem that we will discuss today. So there are some tools like clustering and hierarchical clustering that can help you to identify similar discussions, similar conversations, and extract, so reduce that dimensionality. And it's semi-supervised learning. It's not just rules, it's extraction and knowledge mining, information retrieval from these chat logs. But this is was the second problem. The third problem is that even if you do that, you will not save money for your company. The idea that chatbots will replace human labor is not working. So here is distribution of time spent by operators. You have short questions, short conversations, chat conversations, and you have long conversations. Short conversations are usually frequently asked questions. For example, a question about working hours of a bank or details, payment details. And operators do not spend time on that. There are many questions like this, but operators, human operators, spend only 15% of their time on these questions. They spend time on other questions. They spend time on questions that require some action from their side. They need to not just to get the request, but also do something. For example, request could be, I forgot my PIN number. And chatbot cannot do that for you. Chatbot can answer questions, work with that like automate questions that where agents spend 2 minutes. But agents have to call to like second line of support. They have to get to 10 or 20 systems, information systems that they have in the bank, and they need to click there. And these are like real time. This is where time spent, and this long tail of actions and activities that chatbots could not solve. So usually this is the idea that companies have when they start implementing chatbots. They think, okay, I would like to reduce my spending on agents, and agents have turnover. You need to train them to find them, and you have good agents, human agents, and average agents. And many companies expect, they start building their first chatbot, and they say, okay, our chatbots, so we built this demo within 3 weeks, and of course, quality is not 100%, and the customer satisfaction is not is below average human agent experience, but we will invest more money in that, and we will build system that will probably in 6 months that will become more intelligent and better than human agents. And we can just fire all our agents, and this is the expectation. Reality is different. Reality is that they start that project, they invest money, and they see that spending like months of project, and they still are below average human agent experience. So that's why we are here, and that's why these are problems that we would love to discuss today. And I invite our participants to join us here.